How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be working on a modification to the WoodMizer LX25 Sawmill. We're going to be using a pair of vice grips to help keep the height adjuster handle from spinning out of control when we're cutting wood. Just give us some good extra security when we're cutting wood. It's not going to move up or down. And it'll be a lot sturdier, easier to work it with one hand instead of two. So we're going to get started. We're going to be using a pair of vice grips here. I got a pair of Craftsman vice grips, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of cutting, I guess. I'm going to take a pin out up here, clean them up a little bit. We're going to make a bracket to set these in. So let's get started. I need 2 plates, 2.5 inches long. So each one of these plates are 2.5 inches long. I'm going to cut 2 of them. They're 1/8 inch thick. Both of them are clamped into the vise here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tack weld this together on both sides. That way when we cut them, they'll be identically the same. Alright, I went out and marked where I want my hole drilled. It's going to be in between. This is 1.5 inch metal. It's going to be 3/4 to the center. We're going to mark it from the center to the top, 1.5 inch. And the cat is messing up my camera here. Watch out, girl. Sophie's in the camera. She's tangled up in it. So we're going to go ahead and center this. So what we're going to do is we're going to drill this out 1/4 inch. Okay, I have this guy marked out where I want to cut it. I want to round this edge here, and I want to round this over here. And when I mount that on that sawmill, that's going to be up in there sort of like so. But we want to make sure that this here doesn't get in the way. We don't need that. We got more than enough metal down in here to make this sturdy. So now, being that we welded these together, now when I cut this, both pieces will be identically the same. So this is basically, we could probably do it here on the 2x72 inch grinder. We'll see. So we're going to get this cut out. Then we're going to mount that inside of it. Now if you look at that, we're going to be able to mount this guy right in there. And none of that metal should be in the way. And we'll be able to weld this right to the sawmill. So we're going to go ahead and grind these apart because we're pretty much done with them. We're going to grind this off and grind this off over here. That's where we welded it, and these guys should come apart and we'll have two nice brackets. So now we have two identically the same brackets that will clamp, one on one side and one on the other side, and we can weld that right to the sawmill and be able to lift that thing up and down with one hand. That's the goal. Alright, we have all of our pieces now that we need. We have a bolt, couple washers, couple nuts, lock washer. We got our two plates we made. We're going to go ahead and put the vice grips semi back together, but I think what I'm going to do is I got a little bit of grease here, and we're going to do a little bit of grease in these vice grips in that hole just so it moves good. We don't want these, they're going to be outside, so we don't want them to seize up on us, you know. So get a little bit down in the hole and over this part, just to grease it up, make it look nice, make it feel better. Okay, so that's good there. We're going to go ahead and put our vice grips back together. This goes up in here on this little hook, and then this guy will go in this piece right here, and then this will go up into here. So we're going to have to set our little piece here up. Now we're going to make sure that we put them together like we cut them. So that's how we're going to put them together. And I am going to take a little bit of grease and just go around this right here. Matter of fact, I'll put a little bit on all of it, just a little bit. And then a little bit around here. And then if we want to, say we want to paint this or something later, we'll just pull the vice grips off and we'll clean it up with some cleaner, some thinner. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with putting your bolt in and your washer. We'll slide it through this guy. Now this has got a little spring tension to it, so we get that in there. Get rid of that excess grease. We don't want that on there. Then we're going to slide this piece on, making sure that we're putting them on how we built them. Now, instead of putting a lock washer on next, I'm going to put another nut on here, because we're going to double nut this. We want these to move freely, but we don't want this to come loose when the saw is running, because the saw vibrates a lot and we don't want it to come loose. We want it snug, but not too snug to where it don't work. And then we'll put a lock washer on, and then we'll put another nut. So we're just going to double nut this with a lock washer in the center. Take 2 wrenches, one on the bottom. Looks like one of these wrenches might be a little skinnier than the other, I don't know. And then we're going to tighten this guy up against that lock washer. Now these are a little bit snug, and that's what we want, and they move good. And this will be welded, these 2 plates will get welded to the sawmill, And this will be able to work like that, back and forth. And I'm going to show you guys all that when we get it done. I think this thing's going to turn out pretty cool. I really like how it's set up. I've been going out and trying it just to make sure that everything is lining up. Let's see, make sure this is pretty snug for when we put it on there. Okay, this is how we're going to put it on. We're going to go ahead and weld these two plates on. And that's about all there is to it. Okay, so you can see we welded there and we welded on this side over here. Now, when we let these go, it's going to hold that set of vice grips right where we want it, and now we lock the handle. That's like perfect. So if we crank this up, lock it down, this can't go nowhere. Okay, this thing's going to work out just fine. I made a couple passes. It's working great. You can do this with one hand, adjust it with the other hand, and lock it into place. And it's not going to move now, because that rod, that shaft, is what adjusts that blade up and down. This is going to work out great. So we have a big log here. We got to get cut up, and I can't believe how well this thing's going to work. Alright, that's just another modification I had to do to the WoodMizer saw to get it to where it's working comfortably. It seems to be running pretty good. I noticed when I push the throttle down, it doesn't want to take off. It doesn't throttle up first. It wants to kick the clutch in, so I need to adjust that a little bit. But other than that, this thing has been running actually pretty good. I don't want to jinx myself. Well, knock on wood, because I've had a lot of issues with this thing. So that's just another mod I had to do to the sawmill, and it's working great. We made a couple passes, no problems. So I would like to tell everyone, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.